Welcome everybody to today's race. This evening we're racing around Barcelona, one of those grids that's been on the calendar for quite some time now. One that all of our racers, well, some enjoy, some hate. I'm sure it'll be an enjoyable watch this afternoon. Got Zach, our weatherman, in chat. I love to hear it. Oh, you good, Zach? Hope you had a good week. As we get ourselves into qualifying. Just a recap on last week and how the standings are currently looking. So just flash up the driver standings for Adam in P1, Solo in P2, LFC in P3. So they're currently our leaders. The two McLarens, 4 and 5. The two Alfa Romeos, 6 and 7. Torio P8, Ollie P9, Metal Sage P10. They are all of our finishers from last week. We've got no rain at all. I've had a very good week, mate. I've had a very good week. Thank you very much. No rain at all due in this session or in the race, which is good to hear. And then our constructor standings, got Alpine up at the top, McLaren nice and close behind after a consistent opening week. They got Williams, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, Haas, and 3 cars who did not get any points last time out. But on to today then. 14 drivers split across multiple different teams. We've got 2 Haas drivers. We have got 2 Alfa Romeos again, nice and consistent from the Alfa Romeo team. We've got our first Alpha Tauri on track, I believe. Just double check who Kai's teammate is. Our first Alpha Tauri on the track. Well as a few other drivers. We've got two drivers in the Williams as well. Let's get on board then, because we've got a few cars that have gone out nice and early here. Come on, Ollie, says Hayden. Nice to see you, Hayden. Nice to see you in. Right, let's jump on board. I think it's a Williams that's currently out. So Metal Saviour is usually one of our first drivers. And yes, it is Metal Saviour, who is straight out in Q1. Coming around the final couple of corners then to start his first hot lap. He's already put his ERS on there, looking for a good run as he passes the start-finish line. And we'll stick on board with Metal Saviour as we do a lot of the weeks. Usually our first benchmark time. Followed up after will be Delta Shadow, currently on an out lap as well in the Red Bull. We then have McLaren of Ash, the Aston Martin of LFC. We've got 2 Haas cars on track. I'm not sure if that's going to be Ollie or if that is going to be Baggy, who'll be next up as Metal Saviour goes through Sector 1. Let's get our lap data up as well. I think there we go. How's it going, James? Welcome as well. Sorry I missed your message there. And how's it going, Ollie? Good luck on your first run. James, I hope you had a good week this week. And appreciate everybody jumping in so far and getting chatting. Saviour looking nice and strong as he comes through the end of Sector 2 into Sector 3. Not much ERS for his final push. I think he should just have it as Ash should just retired on track. Or is that retired in the pit? Is that retired in the pit lane? I'm not sure what's happened there, but let's see how Saviour fares up. With a 114.7. Oh, I don't know if that's fast or slow. That seems really fast for me. But then again, it's been a while since I've raced Barcelona. Let's see who is next up. It's Delta Shadow 1. Wow, so there we go. It's a pretty decent time. It seems a lot faster, being as though it is Barcelona. But it's just been smashed there by Delta Shadow. We've got a few other cars crossing the line, but no one's setting times as of yet. I think Baggy was one of the drivers who should be setting a lap next, and he is going around the back end of Sector 3 onto the home straight. Across the line, closely followed by LFC. So Baggy goes with 113. LFC must have invalidated his lap there, one of our faster drivers, and hopefully Baggy's not going to hold him up too much here through turn 1 and turn 2. We've got yellow flags for Delta Shadow. I think it's getting out of the way of other drivers. And who do we have next on track? It's a Williams again. Solo just set at 112, goes into P2. Then got a Williams, and I think an Alpine will be our next actual car to set a lap. Uni working, playing games, can't complain. I love that, James. I love that from you. As Adam's about to set what will probably be a pole lap, let's say 110, 111, 111.9. So actually, Dario Shadow not too far off that time. Solo within range as well. In fact, all of our drivers could be in range of that time. Kizza has set a 113.4 value. We missed a moment ago, and a few more cars just crossing over that line as Raven's actually joined. I didn't even see Raven in the lobby there. So got 15 drivers now. 2 AlphaTauris are going for it, and next across the line will be Aston Martin. It might be the Haas of Ollie actually. Let's jump down and see where Ollie is up to. No, it's not Ollie. So it's his teammate going into the pit. Got an Alfa Romeo about to start a... No, sorry, Ferrari about to start a lap. Ferrari. Where am I looking? Am I tripping? No, here we go. Torrio just starting. Well, pardon me, just finishing with a 113. Hard to keep up sometimes. You've got Raven, who is in the pit. Got Kai, who's on an outlap. So let's stick on board with Kai as he goes through an outlap. He's going to have a nice, quietish track here. There's an Alfa Romeo just leaving the pits as we speak. I think it's an Alfa Romeo. Yeah, just Zach leaving the pits as we speak. But once he gets through Zach, who should leave enough room here in turn 2, which he does, he should have a nice open track. Just a Ferrari of Torrio to contest with. And whether that's a glitch or not, I don't know. But Kai has just apparently set the fastest Sector 1 time. Comes to the wrong player to support Ollie. He's not wrong, to be fair. He's not wrong, to be fair. Ollie gets all the grief in our chat. Not F1 related, just everything related. Let's have a look. Has Kai actually set the fastest? He actually has set the fastest Sector 1 time, so Kai coming out of the tracks looking good at the moment. I believe that's the fastest time. It looks like the fastest time by a pretty decent margin. So Kai coming around Sector 3, then round the final bend, put all the way down nice and early. That could be a good lap. It could be a good lap. Puts in P5. Puts in P5 on his return. And then the only other car actually out on track is Zach, which will be, again, we'll go on board for a full lap here. So the new Barcelona circuit, it's nice, it's speedy, and you can see similar to some of our other tracks, like say for example Monza, where you can dive out of the pit quite late for your final run because you've got just over a minute in terms of your time that you're setting. So I've got a feeling we're going to see a lot of cars exiting the pit lane about 2 minutes to go. Set that all-important final lap. Kizza wants mod. Kizza wants mod. You can't have everybody as mod. You can't have everybody as mod. I'm going to put the main commentary team as moderators, or previously main commentary team. And then Stu Dog, because Stu Dog just Stu Dog things, don't I? Well, FPS tricks, we've literally not even looked at these. These laps are flying in, by the way. 112.8. Second. We've got Ollie and Raven on an outlap here. Raven will be coming back into the pit, is that? No, sorry, it's the other Alpha Tower going to the pit. So actually we can jump on board with Ollie once I find him again. There he is. Ollie already improved majorly. Made a big investment in a wheel and a rig, and then decided to race on controller again, as far as I'm aware. Let's see what he can do here. Got plenty of room for improvement. Again, I was usually a back marker when I was racing, so you can really see value in improvement. You can literally knock a second or even 2 seconds off a time with just a good lap, but at the moment he's actually up on his previous time by a 10th. Let's see if we can find that time as he goes through the rest of this track. Adam bringing back the hats again. It was a great race last week between Adam and some of the other front runners. HDL Trappy, Solo, Delta Shadow. Apologies if I forgot anybody there. Yeah, it was great watching the Ash with another one. Anybody not having to Ash, by the way? I don't think he's actually said anything. Okay, so Ash literally just hit the grass and went into a wall, I believe. As Ollie comes around, yep, he's not improved. He's 3 seconds down on his time. He hasn't used much DRS though, so maybe that's just a double out lap, get them tyres nice and warm. And this looks like it's going to be a push lap here. Who else do we have on the track? Got a Mercedes somewhere. No, we haven't got an Aston Martin. What are my eyes? What are my eyes telling me here? I'm pretty sure there's a Mercedes somewhere. There it is. HDL traffic on that lap. Very disappointing finish to his race last week. Carrying a 10-second penalty into this race this week. I'm sure he's hoping to find some distance when it comes to the key race after the qualifying session. Goes slightly wide there and invalidates that lap, so he'll jump on board with the car behind him, which is an AlphaTauri of some sort. It's the AlphaTauri of Raven, currently sitting in P3 on a hot lap right now. And again, another driver who's extremely experienced, but he's taken a bit of time off recently, and actually probably just aborting this lap here. So right the way down, so obviously not happy with sector 1 time maybe, or again it might be the driver that's doing another double out lap on this particular run. Adam definitely is on a hot lap. I don't think Adam knows what a slow lap is as he comes through here. He's got a purple sector 2 time as he now enters sector 3. And honestly, these laps are over in a flash because of the new Barcelona track setup. Let's see what Adam can do here. Can he improve on his time? He does. Goes P1 again with 11.5, so 4 tenths between him and P2. I'm sure LFC is more than capable of bringing that gap a little bit closer, along with some of our other drivers as well. Adam just allows another car through into turn 1. One Aston Martin looking to finish their lap. It'll be LFC going into the pit lane. Got a Haas that's moving slowly. Is that Ollie? Did he not have enough fuel for a double lap there? Yep, he's invalidated. He's going nice and slow. He's in low fuel mode, I would have thought. Can he bring it home? It looks like it. It looks like it. Somebody get out and give him a push. HDL trapping now setting. Again, disappointing last lap of an invalidation. Let's see whether or not he can improve on that. Gets a purple sector 2. Takes that away from Adam. Around the final few corners here. Again, we'd expect HDL Trapper to be somewhere in the 111s based off everybody's else performance so far. Where's he going to go? It's a 112.1, so he's nearly there. Enough time for one more run. Again, it's quite a short track now, so I'm sure we'll be able to get out once more. That was Shadow is not running. No, we're just going to pit now. And the Alpine of Adam will also be pitting, so we might have a bit of quiet time on track here. I think all of our drivers now are going to return to the pit, and I would expect them all to come out around about the 3-minute mark, maybe 2.5 minute mark to start their final run. This will be one of those ones that's hard to keep up with. Although Kai had managed to jump back out. And again, Kai have a nice quiet track here. Raven will be unable to give him a tow because he's got absolutely no fuel left in the tank. For those who are just joining us, let's drop the driver standings up there just so you can take a read, and just so that you're aware of who is where. And then we'll also take a look at the constructor standings as well. Again, just before Kai starts, it's all important lap. It could be his final lap, his final hot lap. So let's see. He's got a lot of time, a lot of camera time already on his return to the Bunker League in the AlphaTauri, now known as the Racing Bulls, which some people don't. Well, some people aren't happy with AlphaTauri or how Racing Bulls are being run and how they're linked to Red Bull at the moment. Zach Brown very rightly pointed out that in most other sports, an owner can't have a stake in two different teams. Well, it's completely unheard of. You can't play in the same competition as another team if your owner owns two of those teams. But apparently in F1 it's okay. Well, that's the question that's being raised by Zach Brown as Kai comes through Sector 2. Looking good. Looking good. Get rid of Adam. Looks like it could be a close top 5. No, mate. No, I'm telling you, mate. Last week, you should have been here, Raven. You would have had a nice battle last week. That Shadow's right next to him. LFC's right next to him. As Kai spins it around, and what we say, that one of the Hasses is also spinning around. Let's see where Kai finishes up first, and we'll see what's happened to that Hass down below. I think Kai does improve there. Is it Baggy? It was Baggy. Maybe it's allowing Delta Shadow through though. Anybody else on a hot lap right now? Torio potentially, yes. On a hot lap now. Coming down the second DRS straight. Baggy moving slowly again. I'm not too sure what's happening here to Baggy. Going to the pits potentially. He was on an out lap, I think. He hasn't set another time yet. Torio, does he improve here? He improves, but not enough to move him up a position. Who do we have now? Got one of the Alfa Romeos. Zach, who's invalidated his first lap, but looks like he's okay to set a time on this one. Got the Aston Martin of LFC on an out lap as well. Could be a potential pole sitter if he can improve on his time. Oh, we've got some contact here. What we got here? Is that one of the Alpines? Adam. An AlphaTauri behind him. He's on an out lap. Is the AlphaTauri also on an out lap? Is that Raven on an out lap as well? Yeah, so I'm not sure if Raven was letting Adam through just so he didn't have any pressure on him. But yeah, we could have a bit of a battle here for the top 4. Raven has crossed the line first to start his final lap, followed by Adam. Oh no, sorry, followed by Adam, followed by Trappy. So let's stick on board with Raven. He could potentially jump up to pole position. He's not too far away. If you can find a second from somewhere, it'll be quicker than Adam's current pole time. Let's just jump on board with Trappy. We've had to have Adam in front and add a toe, so if you play the cards right here, this could be an easy Trappy P1. You can just get a bit of a toe down these 2 DRS straights. As the checkered flag comes out for a number of our drivers. Matty Clem did set a time at the end there at 1:13.9, so not very good for Matty Clem, but we all know his race pace is a massive improvement on his quali pace. Let's jump back on board with Raven, who should be close now to crossing over that line. So Williams can't get out of the way from there. So Raven puts it in, does not improve on that time. Let's have a look at how Trappy and Adam get on here. Trappy's down by 2 tenths, so it's looking good. Ooh, and he's not far away from Adam there. It's about 1/10 away from Adam, our current leader. Delta Shadow's another driver who could have something to say about that. And Solo as well, come around the final bend here. It's going slow. Hardly any fuel, no ERS. Although it's only 6/10 off his time, so fair play. We then have Zach, who's dived into the pit lane. It'll be Delta Shadow then, who's also going to dive into the pit lane there after kicking up some smoke and causing some damage there on his Red Bull. So here we go, sit and watch people jump into the pit. Go on, traps at the Merc. Alright, get rid of Adam, trap with Delta and LFC, be alright. Come on, Raven, come on. You're not even that far away, mate. You're not even that far away. What, three attempts off LFC? You can easily make that up in race pace. I know you can. I know you can. Might be a good battle today, though, between you, Zach, Solo. Kai could push himself up there as well, I think. Got a lot of close battles, I think, based off the qualifying session. I think we might have quite a few close battles during the race there. With our top 6, or top 7, but even top 8. Just about a second between our top 8 there, so nice and close between them. So P1 is taken by Adam. P2 is HDL Trappy, who's got a 10-second penalty this week. Delta Shadow, P3, LFC P4, Raven P5, FPS Tricks P6, Solo P7, to Kai at P8, Torio P9, Baggy P10, Kidder P11, Ollie P12, Matty Clem P13, Metal Saviour P14, and Ash, who unfortunately did not set a time because he decided to go and kiss a barrier. Not miles away, not miles away, not miles away. Trappy's fine, the rest can go, not like he's on teammate or anything. Stu? No, we've had enough of that from you, mate. We've had enough of that from you. Let's not leak the steward's room. So whilst we wait for the drivers to be ready, let's just take a look ahead to next week. And I know that is going to put some smiles on faces. We are going to DNF Central. Although, you know what, actually? We've had less DNFs at Monaco than we did at Baku last season. So, yeah, Monaco it will be. James, you are crying, but when it comes to league racing, Monaco is usually actually a pretty decent outing. Even if you don't enjoy it for the real thing. But yeah, next week we are heading out to Monaco. It will be fun if we can get this amount of drivers again. It will also be fun if people can keep it nice and clean as we did last time when we raced around Monaco. Yeah, I think this will take fewer lives than it will Baku. So yeah, next week we head to Monaco, same time, same caster. Hopefully the same and more drivers be available as well. And also a reminder that all of our casts are posted to YouTube, so if you do have to dip away, you can always catch us over there. Usually they'll be uploaded Saturday at 2 PM for those who are going to be looking out for that. But here we go then. I may have accidentally left formation up on here, but we'll find out. I'm sure our drivers won't be too fussed by that if we have. And we have. Let's see if this is a buggy or not. As it sometimes has been. It gives the drivers a nice chance to warm up them tyres, get themselves set in the position. It also gives me a chance to have a bit of a cool off as well. The drivers parade around the lap here. Let's hope the formation lap is all good. We love when Adam leaves a formation lap because he's not one of those drivers that just swerves and slows it down. As you can see, one of the Haas drivers is currently doing. Not sure, is that Baggy? No, it's not. Oh, is it not a Haas? Oh no, I think it was Baggy. I think he's closed it up now though. I think he's closed it up. But yeah, we love a return to the formation lap. We have to see these beautiful, beautiful cars on the track. Just like we have done this week for testing. How many people in chat have been keeping up with testing this week? Any cars that stand out to you that you think this season might look like they'll get ahead of the rest? Other than the Red Bull, obviously. The Sauber car looks pretty decent this season, and that's not just how it actually looks. I do quite like the carbon fibre and the illuminate green. I look forward to seeing that next season on F1 24. but they're looking pretty decent. And who should we jump on board with here? I quite like jumping on Zach, because Zach always does seem to be in the thick of things going into turn 1. But let's actually focus on P2. Let's focus on Trappy and see how his launch compares to Adam's here. Then we'll flick back between the grid there as Delta lines up in P3. Let's have Trappy taking his time there. Ollie's been disqualified there for parking outside of his box. I think all of our drivers are ready. Our red lights are up. And away we go. Took a little bit of a while there to actually drop the lights, but let's have a look then. We've got HDL Trappy, who's actually got ahead now of Adam into turn 1. The Aston Martin of LFC, I believe it is. Yep, LFC, who's also pulled up a couple of spaces there into turn 1. Let's have a look towards the back end of the grid. We've got a battle here between the Williams and the Alfa Romeo driver. We've also got an AlphaTauri on the inside as well, trying to make an advantage. And he does there on the soft tyre, the AlphaTauri driver. But, oh, a bit of contact there between the Williams and the Alfa Romeo. Williams driver now taken slightly offline and managing to get back online nice and safely, I think. So, a lot of changes there in our first lap. But luckily not too much in the way of contact from what we saw. There is a Haas who's currently trailing the pack there. I'm not sure whether that was a bad initial start, whether there's a bit of contact there or what it might be. HDL Trappy there leading the first lap and leading going into the second lap. What a camera angle that is. So you see there, I think there's an Alfa Romeo side by side with another car here. Good battle going on between the AlphaTauri and the Ferrari of Kai and Torrio. Kai just looking to fight the space down the inside here on the soft tyre, looking to get some work done early, and he does make the pass. But Torrio is right up behind him. We have seen some movement a bit further back. It was Baggy who must have had an issue early on there. He hasn't jumped into the pits though, so it's nothing at his terminal or nothing that has damaged his vehicle too badly. Solo in the Williams had a bit of a bad start there. He got quite a fair bit of contact, but he looks like he's going to be making a bit of a recovery drive here as he chases down Ollie. We don't have any DRS until the next lap. And the straight we just finished will be the first DRS zone that we see. Solo finds an opportunity there to dive down the inside of Ollie. Takes it. Ollie with a bit of a touch there on Solo though. Needs to be a little bit careful about his driving there. A bit erratic, and Solo makes space quite nicely. Got a bit of a pile behind now. Kids are looking to get in on Ollie here. Pulls out very nicely indeed and cuts him off, but the McLaren of Ash, we nearly got both of them, but Ollie losing a few positions there, losing a bit of momentum early on as Ash looks to do his last to first challenge. He's now got Kizza standing in the way of him. Meanwhile, up at the top of the table, HDL Trappy pulling out a second here from Adam, so really looking to put some space between him and the cars behind. Again, that 10-second penalty looming over him. I'm sure we want to get as far ahead of, not necessarily Adam, but certainly the rest of the pack as he can. Maybe hoping for like a P5 finish when penalties are added. Also set another fastest sector 2 time as Kai gets an overtake on Zach, and Zach looks to reply but goes slightly offline. And Ferrari Torrio looking to make a move as well but can't. But again, Zach looking a little bit out of shape still. Torrio could, no, Torrio has fallen back now. Maybe looking for a strong run out of here. We will get DRS down this main straight, and can FPS Tricks make a comeback as Raven gets past LFC a little bit further up the line there. Puts in nice. Let's jump back on board with Kai and Zach. Zach looking to make a move, but it would have been too late, and Torrio also backs out, as does Solo as well. You know, looking to find an answer to Ash as well. And that DRS straight. We've got Delta Shadow very close to LFC. Maybe LFC just losing a bit of pace here on the medium tyres. And let's actually flash up the tyre information as well. You can see what everybody's started on today. So it's a split there between the softs and the mediums. I think we are going to see one stops today between them softs and mediums. Without that sector 3, the tyre degradation is a little bit better around this track. As you see, Delta Shadow crisscrossing to try and get a move on LSC. LSC is parked in kind of middle of the track and does not allow it on the way in, and cuts him off on the way out there and forces Delta Shadow around the long side of the track. Good defending there from LSC, but does he have DRS to defend with down this straight? He does not, and we'll stay on board here because Delta Shadow should get an easy pass here. LSC again moves his car to the middle of the track to try and block him off a little bit, but allows enough space for Delta to get the pass. Won't try anything silly into turn 1. Action all over the track at the moment. The solo just makes a move, and it's all going to be in sector 1. Now we don't only watch the straights, but all these moves are going to be made down those straights. And let's just remove the tyre decal there. We'll have a look at spaces. Matty Clem looks to the inside, but nothing doing there, although Ollie has taken it wide, and Matty Clem will again try and gain an advantage here. Just stick on board with this for a moment. He's our closest battle on track currently. And let's see if Matty Clem can make this move on Ollie. Takes maybe a little bit too much curve there. And he will be getting some DRS down this next straight. He has to drop off a little bit. I don't think we'll have enough to get the pass here. As Delta Shadow takes a tumble. Just waiting for other drivers to go past. Keep on the move of Delta. We don't want you getting disqualified from the session there. So Delta Shadow now down to the bottom of the grid. We weren't on board, so we're not sure what has happened there. I'm sure if it's anything serious, there will be a clip entered for that. There's Raven, who was moaning about the pace at the top of the grid and saying they're all too fast. Well, he's within 8/10 here of P2. So a pretty strong race here from Raven so far. Got a bit of a DRS train forming here, and Solo is at the back of it. Sorry, Torio is at the back of it, with Kai at the front of it. Those soft tyres maybe just dying off here on lap 6. Let's actually look a bit closer here and see what Solo is doing. A bit of contact there from Solo on Kai. Maybe just needs to have a bit of a think. Take his time. We've got a DRS zone coming up shortly. Solo is thinking out the inside. I think he's now playing it smart. Having to let off the gas a little bit there, but the DRS is now open. But he look for a late move here down the inside. He doesn't, thinks better of it. Looks like he's going to have much more grip though, coming through sector 3. Much more grip to get a run on Kai down this DRS straight. Let's try and watch this here from the view of FPS tricks. There's also a battle going on behind. In fact, no, they're a bit too far away here. Let's see Solo takes it down the inside. Kai really pushing him to the inside as well. Let off a little bit to allow some room, and Solo just took in there just in front of Kai. I think Kai's struggling on them soft tyres at the moment. 7 laps into this race. Let's see. Might get swallowed up here by Trix and Torio, but with a bit of a buffer between Torio and Ash. Matty Clem has managed to get past Ollie here, and he is chasing down now Baggy for life. Apologies there, chat's what we've got in the chat here. Hope it'll be a close battle between the Merc, Ferrari and Red Bull this season. Mercedes apparently look like they're sandbagging. So we'll see what comes out of the first race there. Hopefully Ferrari built a nice car. I would have thought that Hamilton maybe seen some of the Ferrari... oh, what we got here? What we got here? Metal Saviour is on the grass. Did a bit of lawn mowing, but he is back rolling again. HDL Traffic pulling out a nice lead here. But the front 3 in general are pulling out a nice lead. We've got another yellow flag in sector 2. That Metal Saviour again, just struggling. Maybe them tyres overheating a little bit. Needs to take his time there. We have our first car into the pit. It's Ash on the soft tyre. Start on a soft tyre. He was bottom of the grid. He managed to get up to about P9, I think it was there before he did pit, so I'd say it's worked for him. Able to go for an undercut here. He's now put on the hard tyre. As Delta Shadow as well is opting to go into the pit. I'm sure to be the white walled hard tyre as well it is. So let's see how they act around this particular track. The mediums look like they're quite quick at the moment, viewing them on other cars. Raven's still unable to make a move on Adam. A bit further down the grid, we've got Kai now, trying to get his place back from Solo. I think we will probably see Kai dive into the pits very shortly. I would have thought it'd be a soft or hard, similar to what Ash has done there. Yeah, I would love it to be a much more of a battle at the top in IRL F1. Metal Savior into the pit as well. We can't see it, but then Red Bull's just seems so powerful. Oh, exactly, a bit of a snap there, and Hario might be able to take a bit of an advantage here down the inside. Just not enough room on that inside there for Hario. Kai stays out, it doesn't block. Maybe waiting for that safety car. Again, he's losing so much grip here through Sector 3. Although he's got the DRS, he's just not got enough to hang on. He's going to have to box soon. He's going to have to box soon. Banking on a safety car there, I think. That's what he's doing. He's at DRS on Baggy ahead of him. Not close enough to make any moves through turn 1 though. We've got yellow flags, yellow flags, yellow flags. That was, I think, a yellow flag from Metal Savior there again. I'm not sure if that was just him slowing down to allow a driver into turn 1 potentially. But our front 3 at the moment are absolutely pulling away from it. We need LFC in his second stint to go a lot quicker. And it's yellow flag again. Metal Savior does seem to be having some issues here. First of all, maybe his tyres were overheating. Now maybe they're too cool. So hopefully no damage on that car. It did look very close to the wall, but I don't think there is any damage on that car. We have got another kind of close DRS train here still between Solo and Kai. And surely Kai is going to opt to jump in the box now. He's losing time, not gaining, and he does jump into the box. Be careful with that wall on your left-hand side. Manages to get himself in, and we'll stick on board in a moment and see what tyre the pit will bring out. Bag is able to get through here, also on the soft tyre. Surely looking to pit as well. Ollie jumps into the pit on the medium tyre, so that's a very early box for the medium tyre. Maybe he's had a bit of a lock-up somewhere. And Kai does opt for the hard tyre. They're looking to go to the end here, which is 23 laps. Seems like an absolute mammoth pass really, for those hard hill travel. Our closest battle here is P3 and P2. Raven does not seem able to get past Adam. I'm wondering if he's actually just using the DRS as a bit of a buffer for himself. We've got plenty of ERS to use, and Metal Savior looks like he's struggling to get into the pit lane this time. I'm not too sure again what has happened to Metal Saviour's race. He did look pretty consistent towards the start of the race, but he's jumping in here, and I could imagine a retirement coming. So yeah, there it is. There it is. Metal Saviour there, opting to retire in the pit lane. You don't like to see it. I kind of understand the frustration there, where we had 2 or 3 laps where he just nothing but spinning. Again, Adam just so quick down in the straights. He's burning his ERS though to try and keep Raven behind, and losing more and more time to HDL Tracky as well while doing so. Got FPS Tricks chased down Solo. There was Torio chasing down Tricks. But Delta Shadow right on the back of Ollie. Jump forward here. I think Ollie just moves to the side there. Actually confuses Delta even more. Ollie's a little bit wild here, all over the track. Delta on these fresh hard tyres. Can he get past Ollie? On those soft tyres, he leaves plenty of room there. Having seen what Ollie just did, and Ollie tries to dip into the slipstream there. Into turn 1. Delta actually going off the track there. Trying to allow as much space as possible. It's a nice move from Delta. Regardless of that. It's already past Ollie when he went off the track there, so nothing illegal doing. Torio getting a lot closer to FPS Tricks here. So a bit of a lock up there. Real wings gone. Unlucky save, yeah, unlucky. That's always a nightmare. I was going to say, you looked very consistent until he was very inconsistent. With a contact with Solo save, was that yourself who had contact with Solo? No, I don't think he was. I think he's a bit too far afield, wasn't he? I did see him bump into the back of somebody at one point as Torrio fails to make the move there on Zach. Matty Clem. Oh, just missed the overtake there. We can see the Alfa Romeo into turn one, gets the move done on the Aston Martin. But Kvyat will always look to fight back here on the soft tyre. I believe we're running into the start, and they're both getting a bit close here, wheel to wheel. I'll tell you what, that is some good driving there, though. Until it was not good driving anymore, and Kvyat took out one of our timing boards. But it was great close driving. Let's see if Kvyat now can, on a bit of space, a bit of pace, get back to Matty Clem. Get back on that gearbox. We've had a few stops so far. Let's just, while there's no major battles seemingly on track, let's have a look at who stopped. Oh, okay, less than I thought though. Kai, Ash, Delta Shadow, and Ollie are the ones that have stopped here. And I've got all locked in for the hards except from Ollie. Started on the medium tyre. Delta Shadow are only driving with penalties so far today. Down this main straight then, can Kvyat pull any closer to make Clem? He got a yellow flag here for Delta Shadow in a bit of a peculiar spot in sector 3. I'm not sure whether that's his own doing or if there's contact there between him and Ollie, and the safety car does come out there. We've got too much debris on the track, and you can see Delta Shadow's wing has actually come off the front of his car here, so things are going to calm down a little bit. Oh my lord, Delta Shadow nearly took off his right tyre though. But here we go. Into the pits. Let's see who else will dive into the pits, and we'll stick on board with the leader. Oh, Delta Shadow is now retired from the session as well. Obviously feeling that he did lose 10 places due to an incident, so not necessarily his race around here. So our leaders all dive into the pit lane. This could be a good chance here for LFC to restart his race, I suppose. He did fall back a little bit. I think there was a bit of contact there, but everyone so far is diving into the box, and we'll have a look at tyres once everybody comes back out. You can see everybody here opting to pit. Those that pitted early though, Ash, Kai, and might have to make up some spaces here. So we'll be restricted to a time, Delta. But Kai just coming around the final. In fact, Kai opts the box as well. And what will Ash do? Ash also follows Kai into the pit. And Ollie is being told to slow down by his Delta. Ollie, will you box? Yes, he will. So every one of our drivers has boxed. And I think we can see hard on all of them. Apart from those who have just boxed again. We might see put on the mediums. So the likes of Ash, Kai, might see some mediums put on there. Let's have a look then. Yep, so hards all around. Baggy jumped onto the medium tyre. He started on the soft. He took the softs quite a way. And really, these mediums probably could go the distance. Same as Kai, same as Ash. These mediums could go the distance, so it could be a good strategy if they're able to get past some of those cars ahead of them quite early, pull out a bit of a gap, and then when they start to lose some tyre wear, they've got a bit of a buffer, maybe down to the last 2 laps, so they have to then defend against a slower driver. Personally, I think the hard tyre is probably the go-to here. Make sure you can get this done in a one-stop, because although a safety car has come out, I feel like it's quite a rare safety car around the new circuit. Not much contact. The circuit is fairly wide. You can get 3 cars through most corners. Yeah, interesting that a safety car has come out for that incident, but again, it brings our pack closer together, and we'll get a nice restart shortly. So our current fastest lap is held by HDL Trappy. It is a 1:14.6. P2 Adam has also got a 114.8. They are our only two drivers in the 114s at the moment. Anyone close? Ravens close to 115.1, as is LSC at 115.1. In fact, Delta Shadow, who's just DNS, had a 115 flat as well. So some people are close there. I'm sure I'll get closer as the time goes on. Yep, unfortunate there for Metal Saviour. Taking an early shower, unfortunately. So as we're behind the safety car, we'll just flick up the graphic of our calendar then. So our season calendar. So again, our next race will be at Monaco, followed by Canada. Canada, absolutely, like last season, Canada was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We had dry, we had wet, we had dry again. We were, you know, a few degrees short of snow. And then somehow, Delta Shadow, who I believe had a 5-second penalty, managed to win by thousandths of a second to the car behind from having a very early spin. Monaco for Saviour's birthday. It's not going to be a good birthday if you is a Metal Saviour. That then takes us into our first sprint weekend, which is at the United Kingdom. So hopefully our grid will have levelled itself out. We'll know who our top and who our bottom are, and we'll be there for the sprint. But speaking of sprints, let's see if LFC can get a good start here on this safety car restart, as it is coming in now. See what LFC can do to revitalise his race. All of the top 7 on the hard tyre. Oh, it's actually a very slow start from LFC. He has not judged that well at all. Let's see if Solo has judged that any better. No. Raven and Adam though, looking very close here into turn 1. Raven just looked to the inside, but nothing doing. Let's see further down the grid. You've got Torio getting past Trix into turn 1. That looks like the only move there. And Trix looking for an answer. Raven's still on the back of Adam. Down the grid, got Kai on the back of Matty Clem as well. Got a bit of a bunched up battle here between Kizat, Matty Clem, Kai, and even Ash jumping in. Ash does dive. Oh, sorry, does dive down the outside of Kai. Gets a nice clean move done there. So the two medium tired drivers making, well, one making a move on another, but no one out to Matty Clem until Ash manages to get past Matty Clem. And in fact, Kai might be very close as well here to making a move. Yeah, and these medium tyre drivers have got to get this work done early. Matty Clem runs very wide. Leaves just enough room then. I think Kai is going to go around the outside. In fact, I'll tell you what a slingshot that is there from Kai. What a slingshot that is from Kai around the outside there. There were two drivers that were very close down the inside and looked to have the better run, but Kai just slingshot around the outside as Ash gets himself past Kizza down the main straight. Sorry, past Baggy down the main straight. Baggy very close to FPS Tricks here. And I'll tell you what, that is some fantastic evasive driving there from Baggy to avoid Trixu. Seemed to brake a little bit too much there. Baggy was aware and managed to find a small amount of space to get through. Solo is chasing down LFC. We should get DRS at the end of this lap. And again, we might see some overtakes here. Oh, Adam's taking the lead. I didn't see that. I wonder if that's some gamesmanship there from Trappy, thinking, I'll let you take the lead now, I'll let you burn some ERS, and I'll get you nice and easy next lap when DRS is activated. So you won't get it down the main straight, but we'll get it down the shorter back straight. Ash is looking very close to FPS Tricks here. Kai a little bit further back, close to killing. Kai's actually gaining on Killer. Let's jump on board with that. Looks to go down the inside, does back out. Can he get the move through turn 2 or through turn 3? The medium tyre looking very strong at the moment. All of our medium drivers have moved up positions, I believe, since that restart. That closest battle here is between Kai, and Kai gets a penalty there. He looked to have hardly left the track, but he does get a penalty. But that shouldn't stop him trying to get that move done and move himself up the pack a little bit more. Ashley gets a nice bout of DRS, but so does Zach ahead of him. Ash looking to make a move here. Got Adam, Raven and Trappy, or all of them within a second of Trappy. As the rear wing opens up, and can Adam make a move here? Trappy stays wide to the inside for turn 1 there. Very kind of strange line, I suppose. Maybe just hoping that Adam didn't stick in that slipstream. He took a bit of it. He's pulled out a little bit. And Raven is also nice and close to it. Let's see how Ash has done through turn 1. He's looking the same as. I don't think anyone's moved positions other than at the top. And Kai jumps into pit there for a wing change. I'll tell you what, that is so unfortunate for Kai, because he was having a fantastic run there. I didn't see any yellow flags come up. I also didn't see any contact. So I'm not sure what's happened there to Kai, what's caused that wing issue. But he was having a fantastic run then. Hopefully that continues. As we see here, great chase cam from Adam with HDL Trappy and Raven in his rear view. LFC still looking a little bit slow. And Solo is right behind the jumping on board again here with Raven. Can HDL Trappy make a move? Ash getting past Zach a little bit further down the field. Let's see what HDL Trappy can do. Pulls out to the right, gets past Adam into turn 1, cuts him off nicely there. Just about legal. Solo also gets past LFC. We just missed that move in behind. We've got Torio. See if we catch up anyone here. Kids, I can't make a move into turn 1 either. Actually bearing down on Torio, but you know what, LFC, does he have an answer for Solo? Does LFC have an answer for Solo here? Ash does get past Torio. We were on board, and we did jump off board. It does get past Torio, and he's taking a lot of curve there as LFC, but it's all legal. Hopefully it's not hindered his pace at all. I know you can take a lot of curve at that point, but you can also lose a bit of traction with wheel spin. So let's see. We'll stay on board with LFC for this one, as I think he might make a move on Solo. Solo's got no DRS to the car behind. This should be a sitting duck scenario for LFC to make a move here. Side by side, that's in relation to Matty Clem by any chance, and Kizza. Ooh, and Solo just took him behind nicely there. Can Torio, in fact, can Trix get a move here? Because Torio looks like he's more defensive to Trix rather than attacking to Ash at this point, but nothing is doing there at this moment in time. Does Zach get a better run out of turn 1 into turn 2? It looks like he might do. About the same distance there. Since we'll jump back on board here with Solo and see if he's got an answer or a reply to that LFC overtake a moment ago. Okay, so let's have a look. Where are our battles then? Adam loses out there. So he did just drop below a second. So dropping out of the DRS for HDL Trappy. So we could see a move from Raven onto Adam. HDL Trappy playing a great kind of tactic so far and letting Adam pass, I suppose, but making it difficult for him. Adam does keep DRS this time, so I don't think there will be any moves here on this particular lap. Ash looks a little bit too far back here on Baggy, but FPS Trix does not look too far back. As DRS opens, they pulls to the outside here to get past Torio. Nicely done, nicely done. Ash has pulled a lot closer to Baggy. I think this might be our next closest battle here, other than LFC on Solo. Solo did make a move there, I believe, on LFC. We could restart on that one. Ooh, that's very late on the break from LFC. Just missing the rear of Solo, as Ash has a chance to go down the inside of Baggy. Both drivers leaving just enough room there, and Ash sliding back in behind the Haas driver. But Ash looking like the quicker of the two here. A great recovery drive, but he does lose his rears a little bit there, and that does let him down going through the DRS zone. Things are starting to spread out towards the back end of the field again now. So Ash is back alongside Baggy, and Baggy still manages to keep ahead here. Baggy making his car 3 cars wide at the moment. And FPS Tricks has also joined this battle in the background, but I think Ash should be able to get this move done here. But Baggy's still making it difficult, forcing to go around the long way. He does pull back inside. It's a good move there from Ash. Will look to pull out as far as he can here. Torio with a bit of wing damage into the pit for the soft tyres. So he's taking a slightly different decision there. Taking the soft tyres 10 laps. Some of our drivers did take the soft tyre for 10 laps a little bit earlier on today. Up here we have Solo, who has lost a place to LFC. We keep on losing this battle between Solo and LFC. And Raven right back at Trappy now. Adam's got ahead. It is all going on, and we are always in the wrong position here. So let's try and stay on board with Raven to watch this battle between the front 3, and then we'll quickly switch back to Solo and see if he makes his move. So I expect Adam to get past Trappy here. Raven, I think, is just waiting for contact with an easy P1. Trappy does get through. Let's jump on with Solo here. We're again trading places with LFC. Drop back now because Baggy's a little bit too far back here, but he does have DRS and FPS Tricks. Also has DRS, but he's not able to make a move at that point there. Nobody else with DRS on the grid at the moment. And Raven managed to get past Adam. Again, we just keep missing. But Raven into P2 for the first time this race. Manages to get off the bottom step of the podium and into the middle step provisionally. LSC and Solo, these two drivers absolutely battling it out with Ash, hoping to join by the end of the race. I'm not sure whether he will. Depends on how much is left within those medium tyres. Kai and Torio may have their own little battle there towards the back end of the grid as well soon, depending on how quick Kai can get those, how quick Torio can get them soft tyres fired up. Try and pull some distance there. Jump back on board for our DRS straight. Then it seems to be the theme of these first 2 races. All of the action happens on the start-finish straight here. And this could be Raven's first chance to go into P1, which he does. Can Adam also make a move here? He can't. A bit further back here, LFC will again make a move on Solo. These two just absolutely trading places here. You have got Zach making a move on Baggy, pushing himself up. We've got Ollie, who could make a move on Kizza if he plays his cards right. Let's see. Oh my god, it's a bit late there to make a decision. And there's possibly some contact there as well. Let's get back up on board here, these 3 drivers. HDL Trappy looking to get a move on Raven. Raven has been a bit of a pest to these front 2. He hasn't just allowed them to battle, he's been constantly waiting in the background for a mistake or for a chance to pull ahead. I'm wondering if there's some gamesmanship being done here between Trappy and Adam though. They're just thinking, let's let Raven get ahead. Let's try and gain some ERS if possible. And look for a push a little bit later on down the line. I don't think that is something that I will be thinking about though. Trappy comfortably staying within 0.2 of a second without using the RS. And is now ready to select his DRS, get the DRS wing open, get past Raven, and it could be a double overtake here from Adam. And let's see if Raven can do something to stay within that second margin. I think he can. at the moment. It'll be a little bit offline through turn 1, but I think he'll be safe there, as I think Solo defends LFC for the first time not the first time this race, but for the first time successfully into turn 1. Ollie over 3-second time penalty, managing to keep Kizza behind him. He thought Kizza makes a nice dive down the inside of turn 1. Ollie looking for a reply, but nothing is given there. And Kizza drives off into the sunset for now. Again, our closest on-track battle is between the top 5 here. Ash not really making a dent into the top 5. You can see him there just entering the beginning of the back straight. Let's jump back on board with our top 3. What's going to happen this time? Who's going to be in P1 by the end of this straight? Will it be Trappy still? Will it be Adam? Will it be Raven? My money's on Adam. Getting the move done here. The ERS is flashing. Adam gets through. Raven's a little bit too far back here to make a move, but stays nice and tidily behind HDL Trappy there. LFC gets past Solo into turn 1 again. These two may not even call it out anymore. We just know it's going to happen in the background. Baggy does have DRS to bring him a little bit closer to FPS tricks here. I think the medium tyre drivers might just be feeling the tyres go from beneath them. The hards still, they are going strong here with just under 6 laps to go. Ollie making a nice move there on Kizza. Again, it's all happening down this main straight at the moment for us. Solo nice and close here. And in fact, you could see a move done down back straight. He looks to the inside. He half commits. He's got the inside line. Leaves a bit of traction there though to Solo. And that allows LSC a bit more space. Can Solo take it wide here? No, he doesn't. It has looked like a wide line through that particular corner. Has been advantageous for some drivers. Baggy now chasing down FPS tricks with our leaders. Adam gets overtaken by Trappy. Can Raven get back in there? No, he's just back to his usual self, hiding behind P2 for the time being. Solo this time can't make the move. He had a bit of a wobble during his last lap. Baggy looking like a late move on Zach, but he can't. But he has definitely brought the time down to Zach. It's only a matter of time. He keeps some consistency in his laps. Only a matter of time until he does get past the Alpha Tauri driver. Right there, still pretty close here, Baggy. Stick on board with this, I think. Baggy looks to make an early move, really, around every single corner that he's going through here. So he's just trying to maybe catch Tricks off guard, send Tricks wide onto the curb while Baggy takes the inside line. He comes through the middle of sector 2 here into the DRS space, falling back a little bit at this point, unfortunately, and we'll catch back with him after we've seen our leaders. Again, Adam to overtake Trappy, I think. Trappy not got much ERS, I'm sure he'll run out shortly. There it is, the light is flashing. Adam a bit further back this time, and actually Trappy has managed to keep the lead on that lap. Solo goes LFC again. Solo seems to have gotten the distance here, so maybe some of these drivers have got on the measure. Zach as well seems to have the distance. Moves back onto the racing line well before the braking zone. That's nice and clean there. Kizza gets within a second, but then is a little bit untidy. He should have DRS open, I believe. No. Okay, so it looked like he just didn't manage to pass the activation point at the right time. Who do we have that's close here to follow through the lap? Kizza on Ollie. Can Kizza pull any closer here to the Haas driver? Aston Martin got 2 drivers on track here for the first time this season. What can they do? Can they get double points today? At the moment we've only got Haas getting double points and Alfa Romeo getting double points. And Kizza knock Ollie off that pedestal. I don't think he can. Jump back on board with our leaders here. as he prepare for, oh, in fact, it's turn 1, and Trappy stays ahead again. But Solo gets past LFC this time. A little bit more room for him there. Put back down to the baggy. What can he do? Again, a lot of distance there between him and FPS Tricks. Needs to try and build that back up there. But those medium tyres, 16 laps old, and at the moment, with the help of DRS, just keeping up with the pace. And I think P8 and P10 for Haas will be a good finish today, if they can maintain those positions. Torio is now joining the back of Kizza though, so those soft tyres. Hopefully he hasn't used them up entirely, but he's now going to be joining the back of this pack here between Kizza and Ollie. Good points be on the card here for Torio, good A point be on the cards here for the Ferrari driver. He's really looking aggressive here, gets past Kizza. Kizza leaves a lot of space, but then tucks right back in. Torio gets that move done nice and clean here. Let's see what he can do in terms of catching Ollie as well. Let's just jump on board with LFC, see if he can get a move done down the straight. Torio's ERS is flashing. He looks like he's burned it all. And LFC, is LFC fuel saving? It seemed very odd there that he didn't fully commit to that corner. Let's jump back on board with Torio though. He's right down the neck of Ollie and gets himself into the points, but Ollie cuts straight back across him on the outside. There's another example of where the outside line has really helped our drivers, but I don't think he'll hold on to that for much longer. So Ollie defending nicely here. Torio going on the grass, and I'm not really sure what Torio's plan was there. There's clearly not enough room on the left-hand side to make a move, but he's opted to go onto the grass to attempt to make a move, and unfortunately trying to be a little bit too aggressive there on a faster tyre, maybe showing a little bit of inexperience in league racing, and it looks like his race could be slowly dissolving here as Kai is also catching the back of the Ferrari driver. Up at the top end though, we've got a three-way battle for the lead. 6 tenths between these three drivers. I think we're going to have to stay on board here with our podium sitters for this final lap and a half. I think we're going to have to. Apologies to everybody else further down the grid, such as LFC, but this is just going to be too close to call, I think. We have to stick on board here with these three drivers. Currently HDL Trappy in the lead. Remember, he has got a 10-second penalty, but at this moment in time, he would actually drop to P3. Adam taking the lead. Got Torio, who has just retired from the session in the pit lane. So maybe a little bit too aggressive there. He could have possibly waited until the next lap to make it that same move, to be honest with you. It looked like he dived down where he didn't belong. But let's see what can happen now as we enter the final lap. Adam making an easy move there on Trappy. Raven a little bit too far back, but hopefully he's heard the calls that he will actually be sat in P2. LFC, can he make a move here on Solo? He can. And can he make that stick through turn 1? Just about there. Very nice driving from both Solo and LFC to make sure that both cars made it through that situation safely. There's Raven has dropped off. Trappy is still pushing and pushing. To see if he can just pull out as much time as he possibly can here. At this moment in time, I think he is ahead of LFC. I think he will only drop in one place now that he's been overtaken. We've also got Kizza, who's looking very close here to Ollie to get himself on the points board. It's a tricky situation here. I am going to have to jump back to the leaders, I think. Yeah, we're going to jump back to the leaders here as Adam is about to take the checkered flag here. The second time this season, putting him onto 50 points. HL Trappy P2 on track, Raven P3, LFC will come across the line here in P4 as Kizza does make that move. In fact, no, we've got a battle here. Forget it. We'll start on board this battle. As Kizza and Ollie jostle it out here. There's still about half a lap of racing left between these two as Ollie goes off the track. And Kizza goes, oh, he thinks about diving. He's really putting the pressure on. He loses his rears a little bit there. I don't think he's got enough in the tank here. I think he actually backed out here and accepted that he will not be getting that 1 point. Wait, what? What just happened then? Did we just see Ollie go straight across the track? What on earth happened? As the killer does pick up 10th position, but absolutely no idea what just happened to Ollie, who's just flown off the track. We'll have to, well, I don't know if anyone's going to have a clip of that. We'll certainly be able to get a clip of that. But that was a very interesting issue that happened there. But let's take a look then. So Adam actually getting 26 points from this racing. So we're now on 51 points, taking the lead. HDL Trappy in P2. Again, he will have a 10-second penalty drop. We will only lose 1 place, with Raven gaining a new position there. LFC in P4. Solo in P5. Let's just point out those best lap times though, by the way. Look how close they are. We're all in the 114s. Ash in P6. Baggy P7. FPS Tricks in P8. Matty Clem in P9, a very quiet race for Matty Clem in terms of commentary. I don't think he was on board with him at all during the race there. He was in a few battles. But Alfa Romeo both getting some points there. Kizza in P10, Kai in P11. Unfortunately, they're having a bit of an issue. He was very, very quick when he boxed onto those medium tyres, but then had a bit of an issue with his front wing to enter the pit lane. So unfortunately there for Kai. He had a very strong race, a lot of pace. But yeah, it unravelled a little bit. A couple of drivers DNFing today then. So Torio, Delta Shadow and Metal Saviour all locked in to box in the pit lane. And then no one knows what happened to Ollie. But technically he will still actually be a classified finisher. So again, at this point, we'll just flick up our graphic here just to show where we are next week. So we are heading to Monaco, the famous Monaco Grand Prix. We do like to visit it every couple of seasons. I think we maybe hit it off twice during the period of an F1 game. So yeah, we're heading to the famous streets of Monaco next week. Last time we went there, it was pretty clean. Not many DNFs. Let's see what will happen this time. We've seen a lot of aggressive driving today. People are going to definitely have to be a lot more patient when it comes to Monaco. Be a bit more smart with their pit stops. And surprisingly, you don't get many safety cars at Monaco either. It's the best to plan for that one stop. My preferred tactic is probably a very strange tactic. But what I tend to do is I stay on hards for as long as I possibly can, and then box for softs. A bit of knowledge there from myself. I don't think many other people do that, but my feeling is I'm not going to waste time pitting if I'm going to lose a wing later on. So I'll run the hards until I lose a wing, or until a safety car comes out, and then we'll box onto the soft tyre when racing Monaco. But again, I thank you all for dropping in today and taking part and being active in the chat. As you mentioned, we do drop these streams or these VODs live onto YouTube on Saturdays at around 2 p.m. So do look out for that if you have joined us late or you wanted to go back and clip anything. The VODs do stay live on Twitch for 7 days, but then they do drop off as we've not yet got our affiliate status. So yeah, I appreciate everyone dropping in. I hope you've all enjoyed the race, enjoyed the comms, and we'll see you all next time.